Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
This is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Keystone Bullet Premier 30 RI travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when parking. Of course, on your campsite, you can have this slide. You're going to have a opening for your outdoor kitchen and your awning. There's plenty of room for them all to come in and out. And on your off campsite, first I want you to think about your slide, then I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power is going to plug in all the way at the rear of the unit on your off campsite or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Big long 50 amp cord here. At the end of that 50 amp, you need to plug in 30 amp somewhere. There's a 50 to 30 dog bone, comes with your convenience pack. And if you need to plug in a home or any other 110, put this 30 to 110 on here. Got your power hooked up, let's go ahead and hook up your water. And our water is going to connect up here in this docking station, right at the front of your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing you do is level your unit. Do have another night docking light here. Simply retract to lower, extend to raise. Should you lose power, there is a manual override under that rubber stopper right there for that hand crank. You can get this up and down without power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts when you arrive. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose over time. Got our unit level and stable, or level. We're going to go ahead and stabilize it now. Inside your docking station here, stabilizing jacks, just hit extend for the rear. Here's your front ones. As I run these down, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Better distribute the weight, put them underneath there, run these down just until you're taut. Now remember, our unit's already level. We don't have the other side down. Sometimes they come down together, sometimes they come down by themselves. A lot of the time they'll come down individually. Once we've got these down and you start to feel the unit lift, stop. Because we don't want to change our levelness, we just want to stabilize it. Run them down the front. I'm going to hit extend and walk to the back and just show you those ones back there working. I ain't going to run them all the way down, but show you where they're at. Right here on the rear. Again, put some jack pads down. Run these down on top of them. Have someone keep an eye in the back when you run them down. Once you got our unit level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. Coming all the way to the back of the unit, again your 50 amp cord. $50 to $30 should you need it, and $30 to $110. Got your power hooked up. Let's go ahead and hook up our water. Up here in your docking station, we've got city water connection, black tank flush, and fresh water. At the campsites, we're going to hook up the city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting fluid in here. Hook that up, hook up your hose, make sure our winterize is off and our bypass is off on the water heater. Come around to your hot water heater. Now what we're going to do at this point, make sure our drain plug's back in. Get that on there nice and snug. You may have left it out the last time you were camping. Once that's on there really tight, you can go ahead and turn on your water. Now, if your water's been on for a while, our unit's level and stable, you can go in and deploy your slides if you need to in order to open up your water taps. Get your water taps open, get the air out of the lines. Once you have a nice steady flow of water coming out, close them up, then you can turn on your hot water heater from indoors. Now let's say we're gonna go camping, but we're not gonna hook up at a campsite. We're gonna go dry docking. Well, in that case, we'll just fill up our fresh water tank. That will be the one all the way over here on the left. Now, no need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply use a hose. Two ways to tell when it's full. There's an overflow valve right here. Or on the inside where you check the levels of your battery, black and gray tanks, there's also a fresh water button. Once that's full, return your cap, and then when you want to utilize that, you're going to want to turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked up to city. It's already pressurized. Alright, we got our power and water hooked up. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit here, continuing here in the docking station. Black tank flush in the middle. We'll talk about that when we leave the campsite. Again, your stabilizing jacks, cable connections. Here's where you winterize. When you turn that to winterize, it'll suck your antifreeze in. You have a spray port here, spray handle over there that connects on the end of this. Lift up on that to get, or push down on that to get that to come off there. You are prepped for solar here. You can plug in a solar panel that'll trickle charge your batteries. Two places to dump. You got a black and gray tank here, as well as another gray tank there. You can get a Y hose from our store. Access to the back of your fridge. A flue for your furnace. If you run your furnace, steer clear of this. It will get hot, and make sure nothing's blocking it. Again, back here on this rear corner is going to be your power. Got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year and check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed. Keystone is camera ready. You can buy a backup camera that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle and electronically communicates with this, giving you a backup camera for the unit. Spare tire with a cover. You have a quick connect LP back here, and they sell bumper griddles. You set a griddle right on here, it'll swing around to your campsite. On your awning, if your picnic table's down there and it starts to rain, your awning has a pitch adjust. Simply pull it out on this side, that will tilt it this way and run the rainwater down this way. Your outdoor kitchen here. Get your TV, cable, outdoor fridge, prep area, storage. And make sure you snap your TV up in here for travel. Another 110 here next to your hot water heater. And you pass through storage here. There's a manual override crank for your slides. Lighting in here. Pegboard on that side in case you want to throw some tools up there. Your propane does come with a cover and a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty loosey to open these. Again, your battery. Back here is a battery disconnect. That'll disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. That about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look inside your unit. You have these nice liquid solid steps out here. Big grab handle. Coming immediately in the door, I like to point out every time where the fire extinguisher is. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway. Close our door here. Come over here to this control panel. So here's where we'll check our battery. Here's our fresh water button. We can tell when our potable water is full. Black and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water heater if hooked up to gas, your water heater if hooked up to electric. Here's a place you can turn on your water pump. porch lights, ceiling lights, your 2 slide rooms, and your awning. I'm going to extend your awning real quick. I want to show you that the bottom of your awning is white, top is gray. When that white flap falls down and you can see that brown bar, that's as far as you want to run that out. It will run itself past that and extend itself and start rolling up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you're running it out. Another thing, you need to make sure that your door is partially closed. If it's all the way open, it will stop this left arm over here from opening. Run that back in here for you. Don't worry, it clears the slide. There's our awning lights. It's listed under your porch lights here. Alright, we got that back in. More lighting here. To the left of the edge, your thermostat. Turn that on. Let's go to the AC. Crank that up. Hear that running? I'm going to shut the AC off. You'll notice the AC fan shuts off rather quickly. Now when we go to your heat, your furnace, that kicked on. Now you notice that the furnace fan takes a few minutes to cycle through before shutting off. Down below that is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention that's 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you are boondocking or dry camping, going to be gone for the day, go ahead and use that battery disconnect and shut this off. Shut off the battery power to the unit. Otherwise this will run your battery down while you're gone. Continuing into the living room, your Dometic Fridge. Open that up to your controls up top. Push this in and we are on auto. Oops, there, we're on auto. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you're unplugged, if your gas is on, it'll go to gas. Lift up on this button, you're strictly gas. If this light comes on, your gas is low. The table will fold down. Turn this handle here and pull it down. It'll set on these. Conveniently take these back cushions and put it on top for another sleeping area. Over here in your recliners, we have what we call the parachute pull. Pull up on that, and that'll bring your legs out. In here, where they should be, are your remotes. Let's turn your TV on here real quick. That also has a safety strap which we'll put on before you travel. Below that, your sound system, another remote. That's up top. That is AM, FM, Bluetooth, DVD, CD player. Dual zone too. Right now the music's indoors. Off in here. On outdoors. I think you can hear it. Or both. 3 different presets. And again, a remote for that. That and some paperwork will be in your storage area here. Lastly, down here is your fireplace. Not just for looks anymore. I can go through and show you all the pretty colors. But the biggest thing is the heat, folks. Crank that heat up here. If it's chilly in the morning or evening, instead of using your gas, if you're at a campsite, use the electricity. This will get it toasty in here in no time. Your sofa here, I'm going to show you quickly how to turn that into a bed. Velcro back. Stand in the middle for good leverage. Because you're going to fold these legs out and pull everything towards you. Lay down the back area here, and just that quickly, you have another sleeping area. Now reverse process, make sure you put the back up first, otherwise you will damage it. Lift up the front, hold your legs in, jackknife this back down. And just as quickly, go back to the sofa. In case you didn't know, storage beside these. Sending it over to your island, you have your little pop-up power port, USBs and 110s, self-explanatory microwave. Your cooktop has a fan and a light. Glass top makes an excellent backsplash. Turn on your panel light. Turn this to light, goes from blue to red. Hit your spark when your gas is on. There you go. There's your light. Same thing with the oven. Turn this to light, hit your spark, and then turn it to the desired temperature. Reach the side, make sure that it did light. Panel light, point it down, becomes an oven light. This black piece here is your breaker box and fuses. Ton of 15s in there, a 10. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Go off in here to our bathroom. Main thing in here I want to mention is this is where your 110 with GFCI resets at. And your plumbing. Maintain it. You're bouncing a house down the road. Things tend to wiggle loose, so keep an eye on it. Make sure this door is secure on your shower for travel. Same thing on your bathroom door from the bedroom. Make sure you snap this open for travel. Bedroom's prepped for TV. Put a mounting bracket right here, cable to 110. Your lighting for in here. You can activate that wireless by scanning that code, contacting them. Back behind each area, they actually made these for people with CPAPs, but you have a 110 and USB ports back there. Your storage underneath the bed, on the end. And that about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. So I like to go through and shut off any individual lights. I did want to mention in your bathroom you do have a hand crank open exhaust fan. So I know our bedroom and bathroom lights are off. Now I'll shut off my main lights from here and here, and then I can see any individual lighting, all this one touch lighting that I just need to walk through and shut off. Once all of our lighting's off throughout the unit, we can just turn on our ceiling lights here and see everything. Let's bring our front glide in. Doors and drawers, people. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slide from coming in. Very important to close all those island drawers, because you see they utilize every inch here. Glide room number 2, in. Now we shut off our ceiling lights and exit the unit. Now you want to make sure this exterior door is all the way open when closing this. Otherwise that could catch on there. You see how close it comes? Sit the zip in here softly. Turn this either way. That's going to lock in your door. Then I want you to lock and deadbolt your door and lift and turn your handle. You don't want the horror story of your door coming open, so that secures it nicely. At this point, we're going to unhook our power, our water, and our cable. Come up in here and hit retract and all of our stabilizing jacks. Get them all brought up. And if you bring up your stabilizer jacks, don't forget to grab your jack pads. And we're going to come to our low point drains. If you're boondocking, you're going to dump that one. And if you're at a campsite, you're going to dump these right next to your sewage. Last thing you're going to do, come around here to your hot water heater again. You're gonna lift up on this pressure release valve. That's gonna dump just a little remainder of your hot water out. Then you can pull your drain plug, hook up your hitch, and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump, or in this case, dumps, are gonna be just ahead of your tires and your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Now regardless if you get a Y, you're gonna start up here to your black tank. Pull that black handle, the one on your left. Have someone go inside if you need to hold the black handle down to tell if it's empty, the button, or just tell by sound. Once that sound's empty, you're gonna leave that black handle open, again with your water pressure regulator. Come up here to your black tank flush. Your black tank. Once that's done, after a good 5 minutes, come over here, close your black handle, pull your gray handle. That's gonna be cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers. If you have a Y, you can go to that one next, or disconnect this, come down here, pull this gray handle. Again, they're gonna be cleaner waters. That'll clean your sewage hose out for you. You're gonna bring it back here and conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose right there in your bumper. Again, thank you guys so much. Hope you enjoy this premiere for many years to come. Happy camping.